This is episode 2 of Not Any Before, which we are calling Bachelorette Party Scavenger Hunt. So, here we go. When we last left our adventurers, they had all, for various reasons, found themselves in the relatively peaceful village of Greenhaven in the middle of the Vinehold Valley. With little in the way of a connection between the 5 of them at the beginning, the party eventually coalesced around a common purpose, determining the whereabouts of Venick, an apprentice winemaker from a nearby winery who had gone missing in the Shadeleaf Wood. After sorting out some wedding news, some rumors about transmissible infections, and an allergy to a common botanical, the party finally made their way to the edge of the forest, where they hoped to find some clues as to Venick's location, as well as maybe peek in on the local elven druids, the Jade Saps, to see if they might know something as well. So indeed, we find ourselves at the edge of the Shadeleaf Wood, after a particularly, I would say, agreeable walk through the vineyards. The time is yours. I will say that it is probably just after dinner time, perhaps. That's sort of time area. You have a few hours left of walking before the night descends upon you, I will say.
This is my favorite time of night. I call it the golden hour. It's, when the heat dies down from the day and it's just peaceful.
What if we walk faster?
Okay.
I just feel like we're walking really slow, guys. We've been getting really distracted, and I feel like we could walk faster.
Well, I feel it might be an illusion. My legs are really quite long. If I walk faster, I don't know if you'll be able to keep up. It just looks like a slow stride.
Is that a challenge?
Absolutely. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Contested athletics, I guess?
Sure.
Okay.
I even have my character sheet open this time.
Wow, good. Okay, there we go. We're learning.
Okay. Ooh, get wrecked. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Get wrecked.
Spicy grandpa. R.I.P.
Okay, so basically what ends up happening here is TOMVALL, you stride off in your John Cleesian leg length, I would say, heading down the dirt road into the canopy of the trees, and you're sort of going along sort of race walking style from the Olympics.
Like walking with
very... Yeah, exactly. And you're thinking, wow, this is probably a pretty good challenge. I'm feeling pressed and pushed upon and challenged by my newfound friend ISMERLDA. And then you turn around and she has pulled up with a cramped hammy, just 2 or 3 steps away from where she started.
I'd like to think it's going to take him a hot minute to notice. Like turn up, like, oh dear, oh no,
Guys, I think we might have to make camp here tonight.
Kind of as we kind of enter the canopy of the forest, I think Hawthorne's probably a bit like his alertness will be heightened a bit. And I might uncork the wine and give Radar another sniff, and I'm kind of looking on the ground to see if I can find fresh-ish wagon tracks. I mean, I know Venick disappeared a couple of days ago, and this is probably one of the main arteries in and out of Greenhaven. So there's probably lots of wagon tracks, I would guess. But I'm also having to think too about, I guess like how to contact the Jade Saps, and like maybe ISMERLDA's idea about setting up camp for the night with like a fire and something where they can find us.
Interesting.
Might not be a bad idea, rather than us. I mean, because I think my understanding of them, I don't have a ton of dealings with them, but they're a bit rogue-like. Like they're kind of like Robin Hood and his merry band, and they're a bit territorial and things like that. So I think I'm a bit apprehensive about just kind of barging in on their territory. And I think if there's a way to I don't know, kind of wave the equivalent of a flag of neutrality, something like setting up a fairly easy to find camp.
Sure.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. You can give me a survival check for the tracks if you'd like.
Okay. Survival. Ooh, big +0.
That's the spirit.
That's a 2.
You recall as you begin to look for tracks that it actually kind of rained pretty hard overnight. And so it's a bit of a mess on the road at the moment. It has since firmed up in the heat of the day. So you're not at risk of it being uncomfortable to camp on the ground, but any sort of discernible wagon tracks different than the ruts in the road would be hard to discern at this point, I would say.
Yeah. It's not really my specialty either. I kind of leave a lot of the actual tracking to radar.
Yeah.
Okay, and otherwise too, like the Greenhaven woods are not particularly dangerous. Like we're not talking about the forests of Barovia here or anything, right? Like
give me a nature check to see at advantage because you spend a lot of time in the woods.
Okay. I cannot remember how to do. Oh yes, I do. I do remember.
And once again, we are accepting sponsorships from D&D
Yes.
Beyond. It is super easy to use.
I mean, I can't write you a Sam Riegel song, but I'll sing one.
23.
Woo. Yeah, I would say that the traveling routes through the Shadeleaf Wood are about as safe as you could possibly expect them to be. That being said, if you go off the trail or if you take a wrong turn or that sort of thing, the Jade Saps have made it so that nature does have dominion in these woods. You're fairly sure you haven't heard any stories about any dragons or anything like that, but there could be some stuff that could think of you as lunch in there for sure.
Okay, so I think while Esmeralda is nursing her pulled hammy, I'll kind of pipe in and be like, actually, setting up camp for the evening might be the easiest way to announce our presence to the Jade Saps and get a hold of them. With the recent rain, I feel like a lot of the scent of Venix's wagon and my ability to follow any kind of wagon tracks is shot. So I'm all right with setting up camp just off the beaten path.
Sure.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly everything he just said.
Good. Well then, I'll start a fire and see if I can go find us some pheasants to roast for the evening.
I can
Or
get us
something.
food. We're looking for food. I'm really good at that. Even better than running.
All right. We can gather together if you'd like.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. I'm down for that.
Well,
Nice.
I'll set up a fire while you two go off and do that.
Amaryllis and Beth, what's going on with you guys right now?
Amaryllis is, I think, if Beth will allow, she's pulled Beth aside and she's like, so how many types of alcohol are made with
The thing you
With,
won't
like,
say, the
plants
word
and-
that you won't say. I mean, I think most. I mean, I'm not an expert. I would say that most alcohol is made with plants.
Oh.
You're asking very specifically about anything relating to. Yeah, we'll not say it. Right? Right? That would be more comfortable for you.
Oh, juniper? Oh no.
Oh,
That's, you know.
it's in the past. We've moved past that. All right. All right.
Live and let learn, you know?
Okay.
Wait, is that the same?
It is not, to my knowledge, but I get your meaning.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you?
So, no, sorry, you go ahead.
You know, I don't mean to pry, but it seems like maybe you have had a rough go of it the last little bit. I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing based on this morning at the tavern and just pitching a flask randomly into the trees. But is there any aspect of that you would like to get off your chest?
Yeah, it's been a rough little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't really plan on drinking myself into a stupor every day, and then definitely didn't plan on quitting cold turkey. So that's fun.
Fine over here, minding my own business.
Are you though?
What? No.
Yeah, that would be a first.
But yeah, I just really want to not think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's
Sounds
like a
like a
normal thing that people do,
I-
is not think about, right?
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I would rather not think about too. So, you know,
Okay.
you do you. I respect that.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you so much. So about what I had asked about at the bar. I know that I said I wouldn't that I might ask again in a rude way if I was drinking, but that's not going to happen again. But I am traveling with you, and I don't mean, I truly don't mean for this to come off rudely, but what I have heard has been, I want to do everything possible to keep my life going as long as possible. And if that means getting an awkward conversation out of the way to ensure that I'm not in danger, then I'm willing to have that conversation. You know what I mean?
yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on her.
Ooh. Okay, are you just surface thoughts,
Yep.
or are you going
Just surface thoughts
in-
again. Just surface thoughts
Okay.
as we're going through this.
Okay. What is she getting, Kassinda?
AMARYLLIS is thinking about the rumor about what Beth carries on her person, which I'm going to look up specific details of right now.
Listen,
If-
it's been a month.
You know what? I won't mention it out loud just until, in case Michaela wants a chance to divulge to what AMARYLLIS is asking about. But she is actively wondering, like, is that going to be me at some point? When, like, what was the context around this? Is this something I have to worry about, or was this like is it like a tchotchke she picked up at a store one time, kind of thing?
Cool.
Okay, but what I want to ascertain is she does really, in fact, believe what she has heard. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think Beth is gonna just lean in, like she's gonna whisper, and then she's just gonna smile and lean back and turn back to the fire and leave it alone.
Did you whisper something?
No, I think I
Okay.
leaned in like I was going to, and then
Oh,
I just
okay.
kind
Oh.
of like
Nice.
let you.
Yeah.
Like I think the look is more like I'm gonna let you think on that.
AMARYLLIS respects that so much. She is twice as scared of Beth.
Meanwhile, TOMVALL's over
I
by the
think-
fire, Rachel lending, like, God damn it.
Shout out Anna Green Gables. What's up? Cool. Thank you. All right, Team Hunter Gatherer. We are in the woods. We are searching for food. I'm going to need a survival check from either one of you. Whoever wants to do it.
I thought we were both.
Well, I mean, you could both do it too if you'd like to.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay.
17 for me,
17,
surprisingly.
Cool. Yeah, so without issue, you managed to kind of navigate your way through the woods. in the ever-deepening twilight hours, light is getting a little bit harder to come by from a natural source, but you do manage to get a bead on a little bit of large-ish avian movement, Devin.
Great.
And Mia, you are able to find the prey you're looking for as well.
And what do you think I'm looking for, Benton?
I would expect like an anthill probably, or like
That's a super limited worldview. ISMERLDA lived in the woods for a really long time, Benton. She knows how to hunt.
Okay, so what's she looking for? Prove me wrong then.
Rabbits.
Okay, cool, nice. All right. Yeah, so I think you managed to find, without having to split off too far from each other, I would say, Devin, you find a couple of pheasants kind of grazing around in a clearing, and Mia, you're able to find a rabbit warren, not that far away, and I guess, yeah, you can hunt them in whatever way you choose, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got my, what's the word here? The sickles. She uses her sickles.
Oh, you're gonna melee attack some rabbit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Is that wrong?
No, I think it's great. I think it's perfect. Yeah, sure, go ahead. And Devin, I assume we're going crossbow on this, but you can tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm a mix of both. I mean, pheasants aren't overly bright birds, so I'll probably send radar in to, get 2 or 3 of them, and then the ones that do kind of fly out, I'll pick them off with my crossbow.
Great. Yeah, give me a D20 plus proficiency for just the overall success of that situation, given that it's radar that's helping you as well. And Mia, I'm gonna need a couple of melee attack rolls.
Yeah.
Because I was not expecting you to want to do this up close and personal.
Plus proficiency, that's a 16.
16? Okay.
I got a 9 and then a nat 20.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so the 9 would be a fail, but a nat 20 will count as 2 successes, so that's cool. Yeah, and you manage to, after, let's say, 10 or 15 minutes of somewhat individualized hunting practices, you meet back at the fork in the path where you left each other with 2 carcasses each in tow.
On my way back, I'm going to be kind of struck by an idea that might be a really dumb one, but I'm going to gather things like a kind of a big leaf, from a tree, just anywhere, or maybe kind of trees that I know are unique to the Shadeleaf forest, and gather a bit of sap in it, and like some other herbs that are around, and like berries. So I'm going to kind of put together a little package that I can kind of maybe put into a fire that will make the smoke a distinctive color or a distinctive aroma or something that kind of will differentiate our campfire smoke from just normal whatever, in an attempt, I don't know, to draw attention to us, ideally from the jade saps and not from something else. But I'm going to kind of put together a little package of herbs and sap and things like that to try to, how like you can buy those packages in the gas station that change the flames to colors and things like that. I'm like,
give me like a humble nature check just to see if you've got your head about you about which ones you're getting there.
21.
Hell yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, no, so you've done this before. You've had enough dealings with the jade saps to know what they look out for, both visually and scent-wise. And you're able to kind of get together, like you said, a little bundle of various sort of sappy plant life and some dried kind of nettles and stuff that'll smoke up really nicely. And great.
Perfect.
Yeah. You make your way back, and I would assume that the scene that greets you is TOMVALL tending to the fire and AMARYLLIS at the other side of the fire from Beth and sort of just like staring at her a little bit, but trying not to look like she's staring at her, I would assume.
And I think too, on the way there, once I linked back up with ISMERLDA and saw like these 2 or 3 rabbits that she has with her with sickle wounds, I'm like, there you are. you hunt those with your sickles?
Yeah.
Nice. And I'll just leave it at that.
Sweet.
I'm impressed. She's fast. that's all
I'll give her that.
Yeah,
She's
I've learned
fast.
something about ISMERLDA is that she's speedy.
Incredible. So I think you cook up the food. You have a great meal. Is the plan to use this before going to bed or in the morning, or like what's the plan?
Probably before going to bed. I'm probably gonna not sleep much tonight. I mean, I'll get the necessary rest required if I can, but I'm also willing to kind of like stay on watch most of the night. But I'm gonna probably have some, some salts and things like that, and some spices to kind of like cure the meat with and stuff before I cook it and things like that. And I'll spend a good chunk of the evening trying to fix up a little meal for everybody, with everybody else, I'm assuming, pitching in their own ways, and we'll eat and we'll maybe get to know each other a little better, and then I'll save that for kind of I'll save that bundle to throw in the fire kind of right at the beginning of my watch. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay. Nice. Cool. So you're gonna take first watch, we'll say. Is anybody volunteering for second watch, or are we gonna leave it all up to Hawthorne?
No, not at all. I mean, night is my domain. Really, this is I shine at night, so I'm happy to relieve. And also, I'd like to make some rolls for the morning, I think. But they'll be nice and tasty.
And Beth, you're more than welcome to join too if you like. Although I suppose I haven't realized this, but Amaryllis, you just trance, right?
Amaryllis just trances. But since we're at Amaryllis, she has no idea how to cook, so her contributing is her pulling out her pan flute and just like providing some ambiance with a classic
bars.
Perfect.
Give me a performance check, just as like the vibe.
22.
Nice.
Damn.
What's the what's the song like? What kind of vibe are you trying to set?
I've been hearing Dance of the Nights from the Romeo and Juliet ballet a lot on TikTok, so I think she's doing like a lovely pan flute rendition of that, which is like a little dramatic for supper, but also
listen, she's in it right now, right? She's like in her feels right now, and so this is like the closest to a bop that she can get, I think. Totally, I'm with you. Cool. All right. So Hawthorne's up for first watch with Radar. And everyone else is asleep or trancing. Yeah. So what's up?
I'm just kind of quite alert. I'm smoking my pipe, and I'm thinking about things. Yeah, I'm not particularly keen, I don't think, to like run into the Jade Saps. But I am kind of particularly keen to find Venick. I'm very intrigued and curious about this collection of individuals that I've found myself with. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like other instances in my past, but it's different. It seems less intense, less on edge, I guess. This seems like a lot more relaxed, and it's kind of nice. But I'm also thinking of the people I care about back in Greenhaven and things like that. And I think there's probably like out in the world and things like that, on watch, there's an itch that I sometimes have to, I forget that it's there for a while, and then it comes back, and then I have to kind of put it out of the back of my mind, and I smoke my pipe and just kind of try to meditate and calm my mind a bit, take my mind off the kind of physical discomfort that I'm kind of permanently in a state of. And I'm just watching the tree line. I'm doing the odd lap just in case. I'm assuming we're in kind of like a circular pattern, so I'll do the odd
Yep.
lap just to kind of break up the monotony. And I'm letting Radar do his thing. But I feel like, this late at night and things like that, he's probably staying pretty close to me. He's probably just mirroring what I'm doing, keeping his eye on the tree line and things like that. And
Yeah.
just kind of wait.
Have you put the bundle in the fire yet?
Yep. I probably would have
Okay.
done that at the beginning of my watch.
Great. Give me a perception check, both you and Radar.
Both me and Radar. Separate rolls or the same roll with just different modifiers?
Separate rolls, please. Yep.
Okay. So for me, that's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
And for Radar, I'm just double checking his stats. He has a +3 to perception. So, well, I might as well just click the perception stat because I have a +0. So for Radar, it's a 14.
14. Do you have dark vision?
I don't think I do as a bugbear. I was trying to features and traits. Maybe I do. But I think I remember. Noticed.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I do actually.
Sick.
Sorry, I have 60 feet.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, yeah, you're doing a lap, and then Radar sort of stops and goes into a little bit of a point.
Yeah.
And there's sort of like a little column of trees that you can kind of see your way down. And there are 2, maybe 3 figures a ways away. I would say just at the cusp of your 60 feet. Hard to tell too much about them in the grayscale that dark vision affords you.
Do they seem to be standing in the open, or do they seem to be trying to?
I would say the
conceal
latter,
themselves?
probably. Yep.
Are they moving towards us in a way that could potentially be?
Give me an insight check.
7.
They don't seem to be moving at all right now. More just observing.
Okay. Okay, so in a very low voice, a voice that kind of like I think will get to them, but maybe not necessarily rouse my companions. If you're friendly, you can come out. If you're members of the Jade Saps, I wish to speak with you.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Oh man, all of my +0 skills. Oh no, that's a 6.
No response.
At that point, I will probably. I'm thinking about this. How late in the watch is this, Ben?
I would say that it's getting near the end of his watch.
I will not unsling my heavy crossbow, but I will kind of put a hand behind my back where I holster my hand crossbow, and I will take a couple of steps into the woods, like beyond the light of our fire, and again at the same low tone. My companions and I come in peace. We're looking for someone and desire aid. That is all.
Does a 12 hit?
No, it
All
does
right, so
not.
an arrow goes whizzing by your head and lodges between you and the fire.
Wow.
Daddy, can I wake
At
up?
that point, I unsling the heavy crossbow, and so these individuals are like hiding behind trees. I'd like to place a shot kind of at the feet, like kind of a foot or two into the ground in front of the one that seems to be the closest to me.
Yeah, okay, cool. Roll to attack to hit your target.
14.
I mean, it's the ground. I don't think its AC is very high.
Yeah, so maybe I just don't get as close as I kind of want.
Yeah.
And when I do that, I'll be like, we're both armed. There's no need for any of this. And I'm kind of I'm loading.
Yeah.
Another.
Give me a perception check really quick.
Oh, my good rolls are gonna run out, man.
You feel the tip of iron on the back of your neck, and there's a dagger at your throat, and you just hear an elven voice behind you go, "But how many arms do you have?" And TOMVALL, you wake up at this point to take your turn at watch, and HAWTHORNE is not there, and Radar seems agitated. There's a sort of that like dog that's like really going through it, just like trying to keep the barks at bay, but is like struggling to.
So I will use my racial trait and be like,
What is it, boy? Where's Hawthorne? And I'd like to know, I have Eyes of Night as a Twilight Domain cleric, so I have dark vision up to 300 feet.
Yeah, okay. So you see 5 or 6 figures through the trees in grayscale, and your racial trait allows Radar to talk back to you.
No, I can communicate to him, but he can't talk back.
Oh no!
They can understand your words, but cannot. You can't understand them, which is bullshit. But I love it.
Yeah. So with Radar's help pointing again in the direction, you notice a few figures, 2 of which seem to be engaged with one another.
I want you to be a good boy and go and nudge the others. Just gently. I would probably leave the buggy one for last. I suspect she'll be the loudest. But just be subtle,
Shots fired.
Shots fired. We've had shots fired, and now we've had shots fired.
I don't have my armor on, but I will doff my shield.
Yep.
And pick up my warhammer, and sort of like clear my throat and be like, Hawthorne, are we good? Or I don't remember ordering a roll.
And in your ear, Hawthorne, you hear, I thought you were alone.
I said that. I said I was with companions and that we desired aid. But if you would like an answer to your question, I count 2 of you, so I would say I have more arms than you do.
Oh, give me an intimidation check. I hate to make you do it at a +0, but give it to me anyway.
18.
Okay. No, yeah. All right. So the you feel the point of the dagger pull away from the back of your neck, and you kind of hear it like back into a little side scabbard, and the body retreats away from you.
And I kind of let my heavy crossbow kind of just hang by my side, and it's no longer at the ready to indicate that I'm willing to move past this.
Yeah. So as you kind of get a second to get a better look, the other 2 or 3 figures kind of come out from the trees and sort of form a loose perimeter around you, and I guess TOMVALL now at this point. And you see 3 elves dressed in the traditional garb of the Jade Saps. They would appear to be scouts.
Do I recognize any of them?
Yeah, the one that had the dagger to your neck is a hunter and a trapper that you've kind of had territorial disputes with before, I would say.
Do I know his name, or did we never get that far?
You don't know his name because I don't know his name. Give me a second.
Okay. No, that's fine. I will once I see him. I will just kind of make a nod of recognition, and I will kind of say to the group of Jade Saps while holding up a hand to TOMVALL, we have food. You're all welcome to join us at our fire. We merely wish to ask you a few questions.
I've made cinnamon rolls.
He's made cinnamon rolls.
And so the Jade Saps nod and lead the way back to your camp, in fact.
Yeah, great.
And so, AMARYLLIS, you're roused from your trance by Radar, the big teddy bear, licking your shin.
Guy, get your dog off me.
And I would say that response wakes up the other 2 as well. And you see Hawthorne and TOMVALL coming back into the circle of light with 4 other elven folk.
Once Radar accomplishes his mission of waking up AMARYLLIS, he probably moves on to something else and makes his way back to me.
Yeah. And now that they're within the kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The purview of the firelight, you can see that they're wearing kind of canvas clothes, sort of dyed all different sorts of shades of green, but they all have an armband sort of on their left bicep that would be the color of jade.
Everyone, we've found some representatives of the Jade Saps. I've asked them to join us around our fire to ask them a few questions about our missing person. So, if any of you have questions, think of them while I give them the rundown of the situation.
I have a question. Would you like a cinnamon roll?
The leader who had his dagger at Hawthorne's neck looks at you for a second, blinks a couple of times, and then goes, "Yes, I would."
It's nutmeg and cinnamon, and it's very enjoy. I'll have to make some more for the rest of us tomorrow, but
he takes it and starts picking it apart.
I'm gonna
try, but...
speak in Elvish to them, and I'm just gonna be like, "Did you guys know that alcohol is made out of plants?"
Does anyone else speak Elvish around the fire?
I do.
Okay.
Sylvan.
I think it's, yeah.
I don't.
I don't either. I don't either.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
is
Sylvan.
Ismerlda, you hear this, and the elf looks over at you, and between bites of his cinnamon roll goes, "Yeah, I did.
Is that common knowledge?
I think so. How else do you make it?"
I've never had to make it.
Oh, must be nice for you. Do you trust
Okay.
these people?
I mean, they seem nice. Although, be careful for that one. And she's gonna vaguely, but specifically enough, nod her head toward Beth brightly.
At that, he's gonna walk over and kind of put his hands on his hips and look you foot to forehead, Beth, and then he's gonna kind of go, and then he's gonna turn back and go, "Her?"
Yeah, in Elvish, she'll continue. Yeah, she's very competent and she terrifies me. Just,
All right. What about the hairy one?
I think he's just a guy, He serves people meat in town.
We've had run-ins with him before.
Oh, yeah?
He's run afoul of us a few times.
Oh, okay. Is it the dog? Because it woke me up by licking me, and that I didn't love that.
Animals in captivity should never be blamed for their own actions. It is the fault of the trainer.
Yeah, I could get behind that. If anything licks me, why?
Quite so. And then he'll switch back to common and just go, "All right, ask your questions."
Kind of shooting a quizzical look at Amaryllis. Not really understanding any of what was just said. Well, there's a winemaker's apprentice. He was taking a load to Port Stondon and he hasn't been seen for 3 days. It's my understanding that the wineries around the area and yourselves, there's a bit of fees for the use of the roads. We're simply trying to track him down for the sake of his employers and for his own safety. And we were wondering if you have seen him. His name is Venick. He would have come through here about 3 days ago. The shipment never arrived in Port Stondon.
We're really just trying to prevent excitement and keep the status quo balance between the town and your people status quo-ish.
So you think that we've done this?
No.
Yeah, my eyes kind of wide.
Yep.
Almost says that shit.
No, we're just trying to keep the people out of the forest looking for this poor sap. Poor choice. I'm going to stop talking. I have a fair conversation, would you know?
Everything I've done has turned to ash.
I thought I shouldn't say anything, but I'm starting to think that maybe I can talk. If he's talking like this, I can talk, right?
At
need
this
to
point,
respect my persuasion.
fucking Hawthorne's hands are just like in his, like his face is in his hands, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is like it took 30 seconds for this to go off the rails. Like this is exactly what I was afraid of. We're all gonna die."
We just want to know if you saw the guy. That's it. Everyone's talking circles. Just did you see the guy?
Yes,
Oh, awesome. Where was he?
he was in the woods.
Well, which fucking part?
He was on the road, headed south. We checked in on him. He posed no threat to us, so we let him go. As far as I know, he's gone. And then you notice one of the other elves kind of comes up and like whispers something into his ear. And he goes, I wonder, you're missing one of your flock, as are we one of ours. Perhaps it's best if you talk to Saskia about this. Saskia being the leader of the Jade Saps, of course.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Yes, we'd be more than happy to. And just to reiterate, we don't think you had anything to do with his disappearance. We were just wondering if you found the cart destroyed or upturned or any signs of distress in your patrols of the Shadeleaf. That's why we came to you for aid.
No, if he disappeared, it was after he left our territory.
So somewhere between here and Port Stondon.
Yes.
Thank you. We would be more than happy to speak to your leader.
Well, that's what I meant. Wasn't that clear, Hawthorne?
Starts stressing Exeter.
You use too many words. Sometimes when you use too many words, people get confused.
Sorry, to clarify, you said that one of your flock is also missing?
Yes. A few days now.
Where were they headed?
I think it's best if you speak to Saskia about it.
How do we do that?
If we're going to involve outsiders, it would best be at her behest, not ours.
I think I speak for all of us, maybe, when I say that we'd be willing to do that. But I, for one, don't know how we would reach her.
Well, I suppose. Yes, we'll give you directions.
We would appreciate that.
And he sort of takes an arrow shaft and like draws something in the mud by the fire pit. Sort of looks a bit like the road, and then the river, and then some brief directions.
Would you also, while you're clearly being so helpful, have any sort of way of communicating that you were sending us to this person, so that we perhaps wouldn't take another arrow on the way?
We will send word. We will go on ahead.
Much obliged.
He looks over at ISMERLDA for a second and goes, I doubt you would be able to keep up with us, so we'll go on ahead.
Don't you pull a muscle again. You will pull a muscle.
My hammy doesn't always hurt. It's just today.
I love that she calls it a hammy.
Have some stretching, would really help.
What?
I'm just gonna keep eating.
Thank you for the directions. We'll camp out here for the rest of the night and make our way to your leader first thing in the morning.
See that you do. And one more thing. Your visitors here, be respectful.
No.
Yes.
In what way? Could you be more specific?
If you disrespect this place, it will disrespect you back.
Yeah, but what? Is there a list of things that are disrespectful?
I believe you'll know it when you do it.
I don't think I will. I really...
Beth is gonna just touch Esmeralda's shoulder and be like, I think they're mostly referring to not damaging anything, destroying anything, taking anything, or leaving any real trace that we were here.
Yes. Listen to your fearsome friend. She's wise.
Okay.
There's just gonna be like a quick kind of like fearsome. Like, they hear that and be like, what? Okay. Look at Amaryllis and being like, what the fuck did those? What did they talk about?
Anyway,
leave it alone.
and they make to go, and then they stop, and they look at Amaryllis for a second, and kind of give her one of these, and like incline their heads slightly, and then they go.
Oh, those are cool guys. Does anybody know what this means?
I don't know.
I took it as a sign of mutual respect because you're both elves.
Okay.
Would you care to share with the group the conversation you had with them?
I think your strap's undone, actually, might be what it was.
Yeah, they were just asking, if I think that must have been it, because I'm an elf. That's why they were so friendly. Okay, yeah. They were basically just asking me if you guys could be trusted, and I said, yeah, you all seem like, regular guys. Sorry, that sounded
Thank you.
rude. I mean, they.
I'd say another word that starts with R. But yeah, do go on.
Racist.
Oh.
Oh, I don't.
No, by all means, please.
Thank you for your endorsement.
Yeah.
Amaryllis. I think considering how volatile of an organization they can sometimes be, that went relatively well, all things considered.
Really?
I'll also offer to not call them volatile within probably their earshot. Just saying. Just saying.
Or a
Just
lie.
saying. Just saying.
They're gone, right? At this
Yeah,
point,
The
they're
whole
Yeah, they
woods
left.
is their
Yeah.
domain.
That's true.
There are ears
That's true.
everywhere.
Yeah, those
The trees have
particular
ears.
individuals are now out of eyesight.
Let's,
Is how I will phrase
Let's,
it.
just as a general policy, I'm going to offer that we hold back from bad mouthing the Jade Saps at any point in this journey.
course.
I feel
You know what? I feel like volatile is a very polite word to use, considering that they shot a fucking arrow at me before they even spoke a word. I think volatile is an accurately, democratic description of how things are shaking out.
and you can defend that at another arrow point down the road, I'm sure.
Amazing spirit. All right. So you can go back to bed, get your full rest in, if you would like to do that. Amaryllis, I think you've probably had your full rest by now.
Yeah, I've gotten most of my trance in. If I can stay up for the night if everybody else wants to rest.
You have dark.
Yeah, I'm stressed out. My watch is over. I'm toast. I'm going to bed. I'm out.
Amaryllis, with your permission, of course, I can enhance your dark vision slightly. It'll last an hour, but it increases the range quite significantly.
Ooh. I don't
I'm just going
mind
to-
if I do.
All right, just touch you gingerly on the shoulder and give you eyes of night for 1 hour. So you can see dark vision up to 300 feet instead of the mere 60.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a few more cinnamon rolls and then go to bed.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you're wearing glasses for the first time after not realizing you needed them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, you can see individual leaves like this? Cool. Is there anything that you're working through right now on your watch, Amaryllis, or are you just keen to...
Feelings. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She's gonna go over to what trees and plants are around this area?
I would say it's like mostly right now like oak trees. There might be like some pine trees mixed in and stuff, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. She's gonna cast Speak with Plant.
Okay, nice.
She's just gonna start in the middle, like completely in media res, and just be like, you're never gonna believe what happened. Juniper. Oh my god. Alcohol is made with plants. Did
Wait,
you
what?
know that? I
What?
know. I know. I didn't know that. How
Wait.
was I? Why would I think that? Why would I think that? That's
What's
ridiculous.
alcohol?
Okay, so alcohol is like this drink that people drink, and then it gets them all.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, it's a wild time. But I mean, I could pour some on your roots, but again, it's made of plants.
Yeah, I know that feels.
Right?
It feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Feels
feels not
weird.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, not a good feeling, and it's weird. But the Juniper.
Uh-huh.
Juniper.
Yeah.
She laughed at me because I was drinking alcohol that turned out to be made of juniper,
Right.
and I didn't know.
So she was laughing at you because you were consuming her unknowingly.
Yeah, and that's gross.
Yeah, that's not great.
No. Anyway, it's been a time. So I'm not gonna drink alcohol anymore.
Yeah. Are you okay?
What's okay?
Yeah. Do you want
Yeah,
a hug?
that'd be nice. Yeah. And sorry, if anybody happens to be awake while while Amaryllis is speaking to this oak tree, there are no words being exchanged. Amaryllis is standing beside this oak tree with her arms up and just swaying beside it. And every now and again, if a breeze comes by.
That sounds about
Yeah.
right. That sounds like how one would speak.
Yeah.
to a tree.
Yeah.
And so Oak just goes I mean, you're probably gonna have to hug me though.
Oh, yeah. Do you want a hug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
then
like you need to give me a hug. I feel like that's
Yeah.
what you need right now.
that's what I need right now. Yeah. And then Amaryllis will break the formation and she'll just as best she can put her arms around this oak tree.
Oh, that's so funny.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, literally. It was a treat.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Yeah.
You just miss the
Yeah,
hug
give
and
us a
go
grapple
completely
check,
face
yeah.
first. Yeah.
Incredible. Cool. All right. So, yeah, I will say that morning breaks without further incident. Yeah, let's get moving on, eh? Perfect. I'm gonna need a survival check from someone, please.
I can assist. I'm actually quite good.
Yeah.
If you like.
I'm pretty sure because is Devin Hawthorne's still the one who knows the woods the best, isn't he? Or are we past the point where he knows the woods?
No, I would say you've been in the woods hunting and stuff, but yeah, I mean it's up to you.
If you want to roll an advantage, I can give you the help action. Or it's up to you. I mean, I'm also quite good in the woods, but I don't know these woods. Just woods in general.
Who's the best at
a
reading
big fan of it,
maps?
yeah.
Because he did draw some directions in the sand for us.
That one I might be okay at if I can make an investigation roll.
Yeah.
I've got a +1.
I would say that
Otherwise,
I would say it's also survival to use a map.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can make a survival check because I definitely took note of the map and am confident, perhaps overly confident, about my ability to navigate any set of woods.
Great. Love it.
I can help.
and
you
I
with
think
that.
while TOMVALL and ISMERLDA are checking the map or whatever, I have this kind of trinket, this cylindrical kind of metal trinket that I've been messing with in the morning, and I'm kind of holding it up to my heavy crossbow and things like that, and I'm kind of distracted by something else this morning. But I'm packing all of that stuff away. And
Sweet.
If you will allow it, Benton, I was going to say that while I was assisting, I was just going to put my hand on Ismeralda's shoulder and cast guidance as well.
Great. Yeah, so you can add a D4 to that if you'd like.
4? Okay.
Just before we move too far down that road, while Beth is kind of getting up and getting ready for the day, couple things. Given what she thinks she's connected in terms of dots about Hawthorne, I am going to be paying attention to whatever it is that he is doing there, and I would love to make a little bit of an insight check around that. And then secondarily, I'm going to get a little bit of space from the group, just enough, the kind of space of I might just be going to use the washroom or whatever. And when I have a little bit of distance, I'm going to discreetly, but not subtle spell, I'm going to discreetly cast mage armor on myself.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, are you trying to hide what you're doing at all, Hawthorne, or?
No, not particularly. I think I'm a bit oblivious. Like I essentially what I'm doing, if you kind of know much about weaponry, it looks like I'm trying to customize my crossbow in some way.
Okay.
Like this is kind of an invention of my own, and I'm kind of hyper focused on that. I'm not really paying too much attention about who's paying attention to me. I think it's kind of early enough in the morning and everybody's kind of groggy, and I'm kind of just I don't seem to be having too much success with it. I think I'm at this point I'm close, but I'm stuck. So I'm just kind of half-heartedly, I'm taking measurements again and I'm kind of spinning it. And it looks to be this like cylindrical thing that has like a bunch of individual long straws, probably about 12 of them, that kind of go all the way around the cylinder. And then there's like a spring kind of at the back of it that I'm trying to attach, like something that looks like a crank. And I'm just kind of, I've got my heavy crossbow and I'm, taking measurements about where it could fit in and things like that. And I'm just kind of putzing around, but I'm not necessarily trying to hide that from anybody.
And I guess the insight check is connected to, does there seem to be any magical aspect to it at all?
No.
Okay. Because that would be of interest to Beth.
Yeah.
Who's doing
No, it's just a straight up piece of metal.
Yeah, so Beth is doing what she can to hide her own magical interest and abilities at all times.
Cool. Okay, so what is that, 19, Mia, on your survival check?
No. It was a 10 plus a 3. That's a 13.
Oh, okay. Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Can you then roll a d6 for me, please?
Okay. This is gonna be an encounter, isn't it?
Somehow, yes.
That's a 6.
Oh, sorry, no, a d4. Sorry, a d4,
Okay.
not a d6, a d4.
Okay. It's a 4.
A 4. Great. Incredible. Okay, so we are going to be walking through the forest. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest.
Back and forth what the other had to say.
And we eventually, over the course of the morning, you start to hear the rushing of water, like the babbling of a brook. So, yeah. What would you like to do about that?
I mean, is the babbling of the brook in the direction I'm trying to walk in to navigate
Yep.
us towards the jade
It
shop?
is. Yep.
Okay, then I will continue to walk towards the babbling brook.
Are you, you're just walking normally and everything? Yeah?
I'm walking as one walks through woods where there might be enemies afoot.
Eventually, you get to a small brook, and a ways down, you see two hulking shapes. And it appears as though there are two giant boars drinking at the brook, and they do not seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay.
I love bacon.
Was that in character?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if everybody else noticed, but there's some boars up there. And unless we want boar meat, we should probably just try and sneak around them.
I mean, like Hawthorne could probably
Hawthorne, would this be useful?
You know.
Or
do his thing.
the unfortunate thing is yes, while they would be delicious, lugging that much meat around without the proper facilities to cure it
Mm-hmm.
and preserve it
Actually,
might be challenging.
you know what? I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking maybe we do what she said, because those boars are in the forest, and they told us not to mess with anything on their turf.
Oh,
I
no,
would
that's-
also like to point out that they are giant boars, so each one is about 8 feet tall.
You know, just
Ooh.
It's taking everything in my power not to be like, you're a giant boar. Couldn't
That's
resist.
the-
Did it. Had it both ways. The end.
I'm think I'm with Amaryllis on this. I think if we leave them alone, they're very powerful animals. They can be quite dangerous if we just skirt around them and leave them alone. I feel like we can cross the bridge in peace, or the brook in peace. That's my vote.
I'll try, but this arm was really not very stealthy. But I'll do my best. And perhaps I can try to whisper some sweet oinks at them to
No,
persuade them
don't
not
do
to.
that.
No,
If
if
that
they come
goes-
this way.
If that goes anywhere near as well as inviting cicadas to a wedding, I think we're in trouble. So, just saying. Just offering that up.
TOMVALL, I
I
don't
could
want to be
look-
mean, but I don't know if you're as good at talking to people as you think you are.
No, I'm excellent. People love me.
I'm starting to think that maybe Esmeralda is onto something in that vein.
It's maybe
So
just a
let's-
cultural difference. I don't know.
What's the plan?
I can go invisible.
You can go invisible?
Yeah, twice a day.
That would be really helpful.
I'll do that if they look
For my
at me.
size, I'm actually quite stealthy, so I'm more than happy to just kind of tread quietly.
I feel like you should go invisible before they look at you.
Well, it
Does
just
that
doesn't
make more
last very
sense?
long, you know? It's like a situational thing. It's like when I get scared sometimes, I'm gone.
Because the thing is, if we're all walking together and you make a noise and they turn and look at you and you go invisible, we're all still gonna be visible.
Well, it only lasts like 3
Um,
seconds, though, so it's really like very situational. It's like passing gas.
Is it not 6 rounds out of character right now?
Well, no, it's until the end of my next turn.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not casting invisibility. It's like the hidden step feature for Furbox.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
all right.
There's also the possibility of taking a bit of a detour. We just go down the brook a little ways and then cross, so as not to. We backtrack for maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
That's man.
Avoid the situation entirely.
Bet. Say less, fam. Let's do this.
I don't know anything that he just said.
Mm-mm.
I feel like either way, we gotta sneak a little
I'm-
bit because we're right
I'm
by
taking it as a yes, though.
Okay.
I also didn't understand a word
Yeah.
of that, but yeah.
No,
I
absolutely.
think it's like a dialect somewhere that isn't local. I feel.
Must
Yeah.
be.
them. Okay,
Okay,
so we're backtracking.
I think that's what we're gonna try to do
So let's
as
sneak
quietly as possible.
away. All right.
Okay. So we are sneaking away.
Yeah.
Can I
We are
get
trying to give the boars a wide berth.
Okay. Can I get a group stealth check, please?
Am I allowed to guide myself on
Yeah.
a stealth check?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think
You're allowed
so.
to cast
I don't
guards
really
on
have any
yourself.
real issue with that.
I mean, it's not great either way, but let's see what happens.
I got a 15.
I got an 8.
Oh, oh no! Oh no!
I got.
Oh no!
Well, Justin, it might be okay. I got a 25.
Yeah, I got a 13.
Okay.
What, Justin?
So-
What did you get?
So the group turns to head back into the woods. And everybody's creeping along, and then all of a sudden you just hear as TOMVALL goes knee deep into like a gigantic mud like sinkhole basically, and just the air escaping from that lets out this ridiculously loud noise, and both bears turn and stare at your group, and we are going to go to break. Hi, everybody. Look at this cool combat map we have. Isn't that fun? Wow.
We're like a real stream.
You know?
Yeah.
The tokens are kind of bullshit, but that's on me.
They're a work
I
in progress.
apologize to our viewers if you can't distinguish between anybody right now, but that will change. Hopefully soon. As like a little holiday present from me to my players. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just talking right now. Are we all good, gang? Are we feeling good? So as a refresher, yeah, well, you should be. It's your fault. As a refresher, we are in the Shadeleaf Wood. We've come to a babbling brook, which is not represented on this handy dandy combat map, provided by our good friends over at 2 Minute Tabletop. However, it is a forest, and that's cool. And we are fighting 2 giant boars, which you can see over on the right side of your screen on those tokens that say giant boar, because we have production values here. And so, Justin, take 5 points of damage for being an asshole.
Oh, like.
So first things first, we need to roll initiative, everybody. Congratulations, it's our first initiative roll of the campaign.
Here we go.
Woo!
Kassinda, you seem suspicious. What's happening?
My camera just, the light went out for a second and then it came back.
Oh, well, we didn't lose you, so you're okay.
good.
Okay.
I got 11.
I
Got an 11 for TOMVALL.
did one better and I got 12.
I did
Oh,
one better
Esmeralda?
still, and I got a 13.
13. What's your dex bonus?
For me, it's a +2.
And Amaryllis?
I got the dirtiest 20.
Oh yeah. What's your dex bonus?
+5.
Love it.
Damn.
Okay. And Hawthorne?
17.
Is there cool music that I can't hear? There's totally cool music, right?
No.
Oh.
There is no cool music.
We have to sing our own
Uh,
cool music, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry.
music of, we're doing music of the mind for this one.
Music of the mind. Exactly. That's what it is. All right.
Echolalia?
So Amaryllis is up first. And then the first giant boar is up after that. So Amaryllis, what would you like to do?
Amaryllis is conflicted with attacking these beautiful creatures. She has absolutely no way of speaking to them, though.
That is a good question, Ben. Like, have they like roared at us and are like they look like they're ready to charge and gore us and things like that?
Yeah.
Like they look pretty obviously hostile.
It's like they're aggro. Yeah.
okay,
Because
because
I'm
I'm
like,
probably
"Fuck that
feeling the
guy."
same. I'm probably feeling the same anxiety that Amaryllis is like not wanting to piss off the Jade Saps and
Yep.
but you know sometimes you got no choice.
Yeah, no choice.
Yeah. I think that Amaryllis is going to. This is so dumb. I know they're giant boars, but she's going to attempt to scare them off rather than attack them.
Okay.
So she's just gonna like make a shit ton of noise. She's gonna get out her violin and she's gonna take the bowstring and she's just gonna play the sharpest off notes that she can.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
Let me see. Spell save DC is 13.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. All right. So they have a -2 to their wisdoms. So like for a wisdom save or like a charisma save is actually even worse. But even with that, they still beat a 13.
No.
So they are not phased by that. But good thought, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just gonna go,
You
shit.
get the distinct impression from their facial expression that they don't understand music and don't understand why they should be scared of it.
Oh.
Cool.
That's a shame.
It is now Giant Boar 1's turn. So it is going to, what's its movement speed? Oh, 40 feet. Okay. And it is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make a tusk attack on Hawthorne.
Ooh.
And it's actually going to charge and make a tusk attack.
No.
For a natural 20.
Sweet.
Silvery barbs.
Yes! Work!
Oh yeah. All right.
Sorry, that's
So he's gonna roll it again for a 2.
And I'm gonna give the advantage
Wow.
to Hawthorne on.
Nice. Okay. It is Hawthorne's turn actually now.
Okay, that's interesting. So I feel like I was like bracing for this devastating impact, and then out of nowhere, it didn't happen.
I'll add
But
flavor wise, it's almost like there is like the smell of like static in the air, like a static crackle, and like it's almost as though something, the feeling of a perfectly beautifully lined up charge, just like it's like something just like crunched a little bit in the universe, and it like went just a little bit off kilter.
Yeah, and like from your perspective, Hawthorne, it's like the boar had like lowered its head and its tusks were coming up to gore you, and then it almost like shuddered in midair, and then the tusks like dug into the earth and it kind of like fell over onto itself for a second.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. So I think like with that happening, I'm going to kind of like gather myself, and obviously the heavy crossbow is unslung, and I'm going to kind of like roll off the flank of the giant boar,
Okay.
to kind of get. Sorry, I got to make sure that I'm. And I'm going to kind of roll to like this side, so that's 5-10 feet of movement to get kind of at its flank, and just in desperation I'm going to shoot, and I know that I'll have disadvantage, but Hawthorne won't know. I guess I'm making the roll at like normal.
Yeah, it's a flat roll because you have advantage for silvery barbs.
Flat
so
roll. So I'm going to kind of in desperation, I'm going to kind of roll off the flank, the side of the giant boar, and shoot at it with my heavy crossbow for a natural 20 to hit.
Ooh, hell
for
yeah.
28 total.
Let's go. The dice gods are being generous.
Yeah, and do you want to take are we doing brutal criticals?
Yeah, so I think what we're doing is we're doubling damage rolls. Is that what we decided? Or what are we doing? I can't remember actually now.
Are we doing brutal crits
or are we doing max damage plus a roll?
Right, okay, so for those of you who have played Dungeons & Dragons before, here's an explanation of how we're going to do criticals. For those of you who haven't, I'm sorry for what's about to happen in this discussion.
For those of us who need a refresher, we'll take notes.
Yeah, so basically when we roll a critical hit, and it goes both ways, so it happens when players roll a critical hit as well as when I roll a critical hit. The brutal critical rules that we will be playing with are that you get the maximum damage on your damage dice, and then you get to roll those damage dice again. Some places do it that you do double damage on the damage dice, but we're going to do it in a way that I think tends to make more damage, but not necessarily.
More drama.
Yeah. So straight away, that's my max damage on my heavy crossbow roll. And because the giant boar number 1 had already taken a turn, I do not get my racial feature of sneak attack, or not sneak attack, but surprise attack.
Yeah.
Because it has already taken a turn. So it'll be 14 at bare minimum, and my D10 roll is just an extra 2. So it'll be 16 points of damage.
Great.
And so I'm going to kind of take that shot into its flank. I've now moved 15 feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of strategically go another 5, 10, 15. I'm going to kind of leave its... I'm going to purposely leave its melee range to try to start running in a different direction. I'm going to try to run somewhere like up here. I'm going to get started doing that.
And it's going to have a 21 to hit with a tusk.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, and that's going to do, pardon me 1 second. That's going to do 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
Great. Is that everything?
So yeah. So I'm guessing it kind of like it follows me, whips around, and kind of digs a tusk into me and takes a kind of chunk out of me. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of take that, and but I am gonna try to like run away from it, keeping its focus on me.
Sure. Great. Beth is up next. I don't have you on the board though, and Amaryllis is also not on the board.
If I could get assistance dragging my token onto the board, that would be great.
You should just be able to like hover over your name, and it should turn blue over in the journal. Yes. And then you should just be able to click and drag on. Is it not working?
My tracking pad is very old, and it is. Oops, there we go.
Oh no! Oh, there you are. I see you over there.
I think I was like there.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that would be great.
There,
I just
Michaela.
don't have very
Yeah.
much dexterity with this tracking pad to do
Yep.
that, but
Cool.
fantastic. Okay, so Beth is gonna catch her breath momentarily from that. And then I'm going to throw out. Here, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna at the slightly more distant boar, a dissonant whispers.
Okay, so the one over here in the corner.
Yeah.
This one here.
So
Okay, go ahead.
what it sounds like to everyone else is kind of just this hiss. I think it's rolling. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can.
I think it's a save, isn't it? Because it's a
yeah.
Or no, Dissonant Whispers is a first level spell though, right?
Yes,
It's not.
It is a first level
cantrip.
spell, and
Yeah.
and it is. Let me just see. Hold on, I rolled before I could read the thing. Yeah, it's a Wisdom save.
Okay, Wisdom save. All right. What is your spell save DC?
14.
Meets it, beats it. I'm afraid.
Okay, so it takes half damage. I was hoping to make it fleet. Failing that,
Right.
it takes. Wait, maybe it doesn't take half damage. Hold on.
It should if it's a first level spell, I would think.
Oh, it takes half. Yeah, it takes half.
Yeah. Okay.
And I rolled a 9.
So 4.
Mhm.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much. It is now its turn. And it is going to go 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and it's going to charge and do a tusk attack at Hawthorne again. And it is going to have a 6 to hit.
That's a miss.
So this time there is no glitch in your vision, but the effect is the same. It lowers its snout too low and manages to kind of drag its tusk along the ground and kind of throws it off balance again, and it misses you.
Yeah, and I think I'm more ready for this one too.
Yeah.
Like after taking that blow from its fellow boar, I'm a bit more heightened, and I see it coming, and I get out of the way in time.
Totally.
Yeah.
ISMERLDA's up, TOMVALL's on deck, and then AMARYLLIS back to the top of the order after that.
Okay. Still doing measurements and deciding. I thought I had more time.
Yeah, it's hard when you're only fighting 2 things because the turns come around pretty quick.
When you're only fighting 2 things and you personally are trying not to hurt those things to get you guys in more trouble. Okay, I am going to hold my action to cast Entangle for whenever Hawthorne gets out of the way, and I'm going to go, Hawthorne, get away from the board so I can track them.
I'm trying.
No, you're not. You're standing there. Get out of the way.
Cool. Anything else?
No, just gonna hold that
Okay.
action until he's
So the trigger is when Hawthorne gets out of like spell radius, basically.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. TOMVALL, you're up. AMARYLLIS on deck.
Okay, I want to do a couple things. First of all, I'm going to move just a little bit further closer in. Benton, could you give me a 30-foot radius around TOMVALL?
Around
As he clutches his...
TOMVALL, yes.
Yes. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grasp onto my token, my holy symbol here, and I'm going to use my channel divinity to cause a twilight sanctuary. So a sphere of twilight is going to emanate from me. And in the areas then filled with dim light, and I'd say sparkle a little bit because I'm a starry fuck like that. And whenever a creature, including me, ends its turn in my sphere, you gain the following benefits, team. You get 1d6 plus 3 temporary hit points, and it also causes an effect to be charmed or frightened to add, which doesn't really matter, but temporary hit points, I'm thinking for you, Hawthorne, would be quite useful.
Is it creatures of your choice or creatures?
Of my choice.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Oh, any creature, it says.
All right.
Oh, no, it says I can grant the creature. So I think it does. It doesn't say specifically of your choice, but
Okay.
Whenever
you can make the
including you
choice
as
to
turn
grant
here,
the,
you
yeah.
grant that creature. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it. Okay.
that's some poor copywriting. Dungeons and Dragons do better.
I think when it says any, it means that you can affect undead with it, you can affect constructs with it. I think that's what the any tag means. But yeah, you being able to choose which ones is.
I was just curious about whether the boar got it or not.
Because I think that in that case it would say all creatures within the radius. Yeah.
So that is my action, and if I could as a bonus action, I'd like to use Speech of Beast and Leaf. And this is a long shot, but I'd like to yell out in a way that the boars understand me and say, "Listen here, you burly big fucks! Run away, or we're going to kill you. And we don't particularly want to, but fuck off!"
Give me an intimidation check, please.
Okay. That's a 19.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let me see what I can do on their end of things here.
I'm going to end my turn and give myself some temporary hit points.
Yeah, okay, wow. Single digits for both of them. So they sort of stare at you, TOMVALL, and you can see their, pupils dilate slightly. And they are giving you a wide berth. You're unsure whether they are connecting that to anyone else or not at this point, but they're definitely scared of you, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me in my middle of darkness is like, right. I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, AMARYLLIS, you're up, and then it is the first giant boar's turn again.
Okay, I really don't want to attack them, but I don't feel like I have a choice. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. AMARYLLIS is just gonna let out a big sigh and just be like, I really didn't want to do this. But then she's gonna lift her violin back up and then take aim, flip the scope out. And she's gonna take a shot at the closest wild boar.
Good. Okay. Roll to hit.
That is an 18.
Will hit. What's the damage?
5.
Okay. And so there's this resounding crack and the smell of smoke and this acrid kind of powdery smell that kind of emanates out of AMARYLLIS's violin as the giant boar gets struck in its shoulder by what we all know to be a bullet, but I'm not sure any of you would know that, seeing it right now.
That must be brutal on the tuning.
It's now the giant boar's turn, and it got hit by something very loud and very painful, so it turns its attention from Hawthorne to AMARYLLIS, and it's going to come over here. It doesn't get a charge because it's too close, but it's going to do a tusk attack anyway. For a 19 to hit.
Oh, yep.
And that is 7 slashing damage.
4, so 3.
And so it kind of gashes you across the shoulder in return for what you did to it.
Yeah. She takes that and she's like, yep, nope, that's fair.
Hawthorne, you're up. Beth's on deck.
Okay, this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to take the disengage action, and I'm going to go. I'm going to get 30 feet away, which is way up. Ooh, I got to switch my thing. This is way up here, so I'm kind of. I'm the crossbow is low, and I kind of dodge and weave kind of around the tusks of the giant boar, and I just make a beeline for kind of behind one of these trees, and I'm reloading my crossbow, and I'm getting ready to potentially fire another shot. But I'm also dealing with a lot of insane information that has progressed over the last 6 to 12 seconds, right? There's magic happening, and that's against the law pretty much and I think or whatever, and I'm very confused as to why it just became dark in a certain aura when it's the first thing in the morning and shit like that. So I'm dealing with a lot.
Yeah, and then there's a gunshot that you've never heard before.
Which I probably have never heard in my life. I'm also like the giant boar, very surprised by the loud noise.
Yeah. I hear you.
Sondheim.
They have a very litigious estate, Justin. Let's not get into that.
I thought that was well within the fair use of under 10.
Listen, the last thing we need is a
Fair enough.
DCMA
Noted.
fucking violation, okay? Like,
Great. So did that trigger your action, Mia?
Nope, because the boars are too far away from each other right now. They need to be within 20 feet for me to get both of them.
So it was a held action with the trigger of him leaving. Does it have to happen anyway? Can somebody?
I don't, because it's a choice that I'm making, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
okay,
I think,
fine.
yeah, I mean, yeah, we could get into the RAW of it, but yeah, doesn't matter.
No, I think it's fair. Yeah, okay, Beth, you're up.
I have a question. Am I in range with this?
You are
boar?
in melee
Okay,
range right
okay,
now,
melee
yes.
range. All right. Then in that case, I am going to use my bonus action to attempt to telepathically shove this boar back towards the other boar.
Okay.
Can I do that?
It is a large animal.
Okay, I
So
think
it's
I
going to be a
can.
pretty
Let me
high
just-
DC.
It's fine. Let me just see what I got here.
While I'm calculating for temp HP for Esmeralda. For the viewers, I mean, I'm letting them know in the chat, but still.
Telekinetic shove. As a bonus action, you can telekinetically shove a creature within 30 feet of me. It must make, okay, it's going to succeed on this, but it must make a strength saving throw
Strength save. Okay.
or be moved 5 feet back.
All right. It fails.
Amazing. So it's now pushed back 5 feet from where it's currently standing.
Towards the other boar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do it that way.
And then as my primary action, like I think what I'm going to do in the sequence of narratively how this is going, while it was still in range of me, I'm going to use a cantrip. I'm going to shock and grasp it, and then kind of also use my force to push it backwards after shock and grasping it.
Yep.
So I will do that, which is a range of touch.
Okay.
So that is 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Great. I will roll damage for 8 points of damage.
Wow,
and,
great.
And push back 5 feet. And
Love
so push it back.
Great. Hawthorne, you're never going to believe this.
No.
I probably will.
The giant boar is going to charge at you.
9 temp HP.
Well,
by
I'm
the way.
behind. I'm behind a very small tree, so hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, that is 16 slashing damage. Okay. All right, Esmeralda, you're up.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think these creatures can be reasoned with. And
We're
I'm
missing out on a
gonna
wedding.
move forward, and I'm gonna do primal savagery. Well, it was only a 5 to hit.
5 will miss.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, that was a full action,
It
wasn't
was.
it?
Sure
Yep.
was.
Sure was. Yeah, no, that's the end of my
All right.
turn. I'm real helpful in this combat.
TOMVALL, you're up. Amaryllis on deck.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Sorry. So that's 8 temp HP to you. Esmeralda, I'm going to start with Speech of Beast and leave and be like, I fucking warned you and I've just had enough of this shit. And I am going to cast Inflict Wounds, I guess, at the boar that's nearest to me. So I'm going to walk up to it and just slap it on the ass.
Okay.
Give it a good rump slap.
Incredible.
Which is a 22 to hit.
22 will definitely hit.
Wow.
And I hope y'all like bacon because this is 3d10.
Woo!
Ooh.
Come on, dice. Do the rolling. There you go.
14.
Okay, so that's 14 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. Explain to me what happens when you slap him on the butt.
Oh, does he die?
No, just like what does it
Oh,
look
okay.
like?
Well, so like in my mind, it's very much like he's yelling it to fuck off, and is also just going to give it like a solid, like a slap on a horse ass to go. Except dealing the extreme amount of damage is probably going to just like make that whole haunch cripple in a bit. Just like gray and like the way my hip feels when I wake up in the morning. I'm 44. It's not great. It's not great.
Incredible. Awesome. Thank you. Anything else?
No.
You are in melee range though, yeah? So we need to
Yeah.
over there. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Actually, while I'm here, bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack this thing.
Where do you want it? Does that work? Did I draw that? Can you see that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm going to attack with the Spiritual Weapon. Just hit it on the other ass cheek and miss.
And you will miss. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Amaryllis.
All right, Amaryllis is going to get an idea similar to the one she had earlier, but maybe better thought out, and she's going to attempt to intimidate the boar into leaving again. But this time, she's going to run right up to it, aim just past its ear, as close to its ear as she can, and she's going to shoot into the air, but she is going to take a shot.
Yeah, give me an intimidation check with advantage, given that he knows what will happen if you hit him.
For all the viewers at home, and definitely not for me, how do you toggle advantage?
I think you just roll it twice, I think.
No, there's a way to do it. I just can't remember what it is.
Devin, you did that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, it has something to do with the little what are those things called that hang out on the top of your?
Oh, I've got it. You right click on the +2 thing, right? And then it'll pop up a little message, a menu, send to. Why am I talking my character voice? Fuck. Anyway, roll with advantage, flat, or disadvantage.
Thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
Pleasure.
D&D Beyond. It's so user friendly.
Not brought to you by Honeycomb and Cedar.
Yes.
I did. That's so weird. I clicked advantage and then it went back to flat, but I think that was my error. So 1 second. I'm just gonna do it again. Okay, that's a 22.
Yeah. He easily understands the message you're trying to convey to him, and when he gets the chance, he's gonna get the hell out of here. And it is his turn now.
For temp HP.
So he is going to go 30 feet directly away. Down here. Oh, well. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just delete it. And you guys are welcome to take opportunity attacks if you'd like to. No. All right, great. Perfect. Well done.
Sorry, 1 second. Actually, I will use a bonus action. I'm going to slap it in the ass as it runs away, but I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Oh my god. You sure? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, get out of here and take some hit points with you.
This boar is going to have such a conflicted understanding of what butt slaps mean as a result of this encounter.
Yeah.
The boar is going to be sexually confused.
I think we're molesting nature. Like, I think we're...
Oh no.
Okay, it gets 5 hit points back.
Incredible. Oh,
You know what? I'm
boy.
gonna give it some hit points on the way out too while it's bugging out. I'm gonna jump in on this because I can choose, right? It's gonna have 8 hit points per sword.
All right.
As a little gift. It's being positively reinforced for fucking off.
Nice. Hawthorne, it's your turn.
So I think with that last charge attack, I think I took that with I took that right to the face. It knocked me down, and I am in tunnel vision panic mode because I am gravely injured. That really hurt, and so I feel like I'm on the ground, probably more scared than I have been in a number of years. Bleeding out profusely. This giant 8-foot boar is above me. I'm going to dig my claws into the ground, and a kind of burst of frost is going to emerge right under, and I would like to cast Frostbite with my action.
Nice.
So it needs to make a con save of 14.
Con save of 14. Okay. Yeah, it beats it.
Okay, so I try to do that. It seems to shake it off. That's highly unfortunate because if it had failed, it would have disadvantage on its next weapon attack.
Right.
But it didn't. So, whoopsie. So that was my action. And I think I'm just gonna like. I don't really know what else I can do.
Wait,
I'm
we
pretty
forgot about
limited.
Radar. What's Radar doing in all of this? We totally forgot about Radar.
Radar knows that when shit hits the fan, he just takes off.
Okay, cool.
Like I feel like when the boars got hostile and whatever, he knows what to
Yeah.
do. He gets at a
Okay,
dodge.
sweet.
He's not a combat dog.
Nice.
He's 60 feet away somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably doing that same nervous thing he was
Yeah.
doing when the
Oh, buddy.
person from the Jade sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna fucking close my eyes and accept my fate.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay there. I tried to cast Frostbite and it didn't work, and yeah. Yeah. I'm like, shit, I did not expect to get killed by a wild boar. This is
Here we are.
mildly embarrassing, but also incredibly terrifying.
Beth, you're up. You have a
Right.
chance to be a hero
Yeah.
here.
I am going to attempt to do that. So I'm going to do another 1-2 punch in which I am going to attempt to cast Dissonant Whispers on it. If it fails, it has to flee. And I'm going to pair that with a telekinetic shove 5 feet back
Okay.
from. So I'm going to try to kind of like, she just sort of like hisses again and like throws her energy in that direction. And so it's a wisdom save for the Dissonant Whispers.
And a strength save for...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so wisdom save first. Roll a 15.
No.
Half damage though.
That's fine. Okay, so it takes oh my god, I rolled full damage. So it takes, of the 18 damage, it takes 9
Great.
points of damage. And it's probably going to succeed on its strength save to push off of Hawthorne. We can try that.
Yes, a dirty 20.
Okay. All right.
All right. Here we go. It's gonna do a tusk attack at Hawthorne for 6 to hit.
That misses.
Great.
So in my
Is it
last,
because you're all bloody and slippery and it just kind of like...
well, I think like instinct takes over and I see the tusk thing coming and I manage just enough reaction speed to kind of get the fuck out of the way and
nice.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm clinging on
Yeah.
for dear life here.
Cool. That's its turn. ISMERLDA's up. TOMVALL's on deck.
Okay. I am going to go right here. I'm trying to stand between Hawthorne and the giant boar. If there's enough space for me there, I know physically on the board it won't let me place myself there,
Sure.
but I feel like realistically there's room. And I am going to cast Speak with Animals because I saw TOMVALL did this successfully, and now I think we can talk our
Great.
ways out of this. Cast that, and I'm gonna say, hey, back in my woods, we don't kick guys when they're down. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay.
So does that, do you say, like, are you speaking boar? Does it sound like boar?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like that.
You're like oinking and
Nice.
squealing and shit.
That is a 19.
The boar looks at you and he kind of cocks his head and he goes, "Oh my god. You're right. What have I become? I'm so much better. I gotta go think about some stuff." And then, from Hawthorne's perspective, the boar just like stares out into the middle distance and turns around and walks, like somewhat sadly and contemplatively, away into the woods.
Slap it on the butt.
I feel like Hawthorne like accomplished right. Hawthorne's whole thing was to like draw the ire of the boars away from the rest of the party, and I feel like in some degree I accomplished that. Maybe not necessarily the way I hoped, but yeah.
Wow.
As the boar walks away, Esmeralda turns to Hawthorne and she goes, "I just told my first lie. Back in my woods, we absolutely would have gutted you when you were down."
And I'm just so in shock from like everything that has just happened that I just kind of like nod and I'm like looking up at her and I'm like, okay.
Amaryllis is gonna walk over too and like try to help Hawthorne up. And she'll be like,
Yeah, it's a messy gang. I'm down to 2.
Yeah.
Oh my
HP.
God.
A couple things here.
Yeah, Beth is
she's
helping
gonna
too.
help
Beth
you up,
will-
and then she's gonna be like, "Don't worry," and then she's gonna switch to Elvish and be like, "Everything's gonna be all right," and she's gonna cast Healing
I think I
Word at
ruptured
second
my
level.
spleen or something.
I think I ruptured my spleen.
Bless your heart.
Oh.
Oh my
you can
God.
Also take 6 temporary hit points.
It was
Yeah.
you got 6 on a second level. Oh, Healing Word.
No,
So
I'll
I'm
take
gonna
it
crouch
back up
down.
to 8.
And look at you and be like, listen, just don't worry that the twilight is coming away in a minute, but I've got you, all right? Just look at my eyes. Relax. And I am going to cast Cure Wounds at second level. For fucking 10 points of damage, or 10 points of healing.
10 points of damage.
Healing. It's gonna hurt though.
Accidentally inflict wounds. Like,
Roll up a new character.
All TOMVALL knows how to do is
it's the
like
wrong thing.
slap ass. And, like,
Yeah.
I'm picturing this
And
Cure
inflict
Wound.
wounds.
It's just him hauling off and punching Hawthorne right in the face.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, wrong spell. I cast inflict wounds instead of cure. Oh well, we didn't need him anyway. We have a map.
That's okay, but that's such a good idea for a character that each time they cast a spell, you have to roll for whether or not it's going to be a healing spell
Oh
or a damage-inducing
Oh,
spell.
it's chaos.
Oh,
So
Oh my
are you
God.
still like fucked up? Do you need more healing? Like,
No, I'm better. I think I'm at least like, yeah, I'm over half HP now.
Okay.
So I think like I'm seeing some of the kind of wounds close up on themselves and things like that, and I'm feeling a bit better. But like, I'm actually kind of like looking at all of you in a very different light because I think there's certain things like I'm like, wait, I'm trying to remember which forms of magic are like illegal and which ones aren't. But like up until this moment, which lasted what? How many rounds is that? 4? So that's what, 18 seconds or 6, 12, 24 seconds or something. And I had no idea that any of you were casters, like at all.
Right.
As I just thought you were a bunch of fucking weirdos, right?
This is also
Like,
true.
so
Yeah.
you're all gathered around me, and I'm like on the ground, like covered in my own blood and shit like that. And like I'm a fucking 7 or 6'11" like bugbear, and I'm like kind of freaked out by all of you right now. Like I'm like, thank you, TOMVALL. I feel better. I didn't know you had access to good thing you did. Those two nearly had my number. Can
they were dicks, honestly.
all of you cast spells? And I'm like looking up at you all, and I'm starting to kind of pick myself up and dust myself off and check my armor and things like that. I'm also rusty. I've mostly just been kind of hunting. I haven't really been in combat for a long time, so. But I'm looking at you all very differently with like a mixture of fear and respect and like admiration and gratitude. Like there's a lot happening in the face.
That was really cool. That ice thing you did that didn't work.
And I didn't think anybody saw that. And I'm like,
Oh,
what ice thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sure. And I wasn't standing in the middle of fucking twilight. I got you, fam. It's cool. Don't worry. I'm not a narc, okay, man? Like, what? Totally fine. I mean, it's Esmeralda. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, not Esmeralda. Sorry. Amaryllis. You cast like Sunday Wave or something out of that. Your violin. That must be brutal on the tuning. Like, really? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that wasn't a spell. That was just, this is my violin.
But it made boom.
Yeah.
But
Your violins don't do that?
no, don't gaslight me. There's a scope on it.
Yeah.
Like a little telescope.
It's
Like,
like-
what's the point of that?
Yeah, it's here. And she'll hand the violin over. And they're like, if you look through it, you can aim the violin.
Just gonna haphazard, just gotta look, like someone with bad gun habits, is like kind of point it and like.
Yeah,
offer
no,
a direction.
don't point that end at your eye. Don't do that.
Yeah, is it loaded? Bang.
Yeah, no, this is a gift I got a couple towns before I got here. Yeah, someone gave this to me, and it's been pretty useful.
No shit.
Was
Yeah.
it the devil? Did you play against him at a crossroads somewhere?
Is that a thing you can do?
It is a story I have heard.
Which one?
I guess
Spell a side quest.
a few of them, probably. I don't know.
Oh. I don't know if I want to make any deals right now, but that sounds pretty cool.
What?
Sorry. Why? I'm sorry, Hawthorne. Why are you trying to hide your magic?
I don't know any magic.
It's illegal.
Magic's against the law.
What?
It's against the law.
Yeah,
No.
it's super gonna get you not necessarily arrested, but hauled off in the night to some secret interrogation chamber and never see the light of day again, man. Yeah.
Oh shit, what?
Magic's illegal?
Well,
Yeah.
Are you new? Like, what is this?
The silencing. How long have you been in this empire? Silencing has been in effect for decades now at this point. I mean, I guess TOMVALL, you're okay because divine magic is still all right, and
Oh,
AMARYLLIS, ISMERLDA, you strike me as druidic in nature. I think that's okay too, but I just didn't know.
well, I still usually disguise myself when I cast, but just wasn't gonna let you all get fucked. I mean, usually and he casts disguise self, and just sort of looks like a rotund, like 5'4" human male.
Again, I blink in shock, and I'm like, I guess if it's divine magic, that's fine too, but
There's still a fair bit of stigma. That's why I tend to cover it up and look like this. But anyhow, please go on.
Maybe I should do that too. But like Amaryllis pulls a costume out of her backpack. She's like, I guess I could put this on before I cast magic, but it's kind of a hassle
Takes
to
a
like
full
put it
action
on,
to don a
take it
costume
off.
before she
Oh
casts
my
it.
God.
yeah. But like, I think that leads to like my next question too. It's like, AMARYLLIS, are you not from the Empire?
No.
And you were not aware that practice of the arcane arts is highly, highly illegal.
Yeah, did not know that. That's lucky that has not yeah.
Keska fuck? Really
That's-
though?
Whoo, that could have been bad.
Mm.
Druidic magic and divine magic are still allowed with permission from the Empire,
Oh.
but anything arcane is very, very dangerous.
If I can
You have to
say
be
so, that's
Incredibly
dumb.
careful.
That's ridiculous. Because magic is like life. Why would you? That makes no sense.
Yo,
I don't necessarily disagree that it's ridiculous, but this is the world that we've been dealing with for a long time
You say
now.
decades?
Where?
20 years, right, Hartley?
Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
60. Yeah. That's
I
what I thought. I
think
couldn't
as if
remember if
I
it was
didn't
like,
create this.
I couldn't remember if it was like 20 or 50 or
Yeah, it
something
was
like
60,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm just like from a different place that definitely does not. Magic is definitely not illegal there.
Are you sure? Because you didn't know that it was illegal here.
Yeah, insight check.
I've got your number there.
But Sorry, maybe I just got confused. What?
Well, she's saying, are you sure that magic's definitely not illegal there because you didn't know it was illegal here?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, if you want to do an insight check, please do. But
No.
yeah, Amaryllis is like, no, magic is not illegal at home. No way.
Yeah, you can do an insight check if you want, and Kassinda, you can do deception or persuasion. Just don't tell us which, just tell us the result.
Sure.
Guns.
On who?
That's only a 14.
No, I was gonna. Never mind. No one.
I got an 11. I won't say on which.
Yeah, so she gains insight into what you're doing. So what does she gain from you?
How do you mean?
Well, so she rolled a higher insight check, so I guess like she would gain information as to the true intention of what you're saying.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm trying to just get a beat on like, is it possible that this person genuinely A, has no idea about the situation here, and B, comes from a place where this is not the circumstance and is yet somehow unaware of this whole larger political reality? Or is it like a fabrication?
Yes to both.
Okay.
No, not a fabrication. She had no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say what's
from a
clear
place.
is that she believes this to be true.
Okay. Great.
Because you only beat it by 3. So you're right there, Justin.
That's right. That never happens.
All right. So congratulations on doing your first big combat there, gang. It was hairy, pardon the pun, because it's hairy pigs, but it was that was a big one.
And I'm hairy
So am I.
too. So
Yeah. So we will continue on our trek. Can I get a survival check, please? From
I really want to.
yeah, please go ahead, TOMVALL. Please.
I'm gonna guide myself too because I feel good about it.
There's
But we're not done
build-up
talking
here.
about this.
There's a lot of
it's
build-up.
just I'm so glad I did this. It's a nat 1, so that's 5 plus
big nat 1.
I got it's because I was so excited. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's 5 plus 4, so let's see what the 4 is. Rolled everybody. All right. Let's.
That was an 8.
8.
Roll me a d4, please.
Benton, why are you coming for me like this?
Roll better.
Rolled everyone. Here we go. Yeah, I rolled better. It's a fucking 4.
We've already done number 4. Roll it again.
3.
Excellent. All right. That's the one I was hoping it was going to be. So we walk along the forest trail for a while. Not much to talk about at this point. I think we're all just sort of
I have a ton. To say. So much.
Yeah, no, Hawthorne's completely sitting by, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool with everything that just happened."
Like, how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah, feel free to talk.
But it might be one of those situations too, right? Where it's just like it's like that Chede Anagonye viral thing. It was like, I'm sorry, I am processing a lot of insane information right now, and so that's maybe I am just kind of like, I'm probably tending to Radar because I think Radar's anxiety is probably pretty high because he's all fucked up and he's nervous. So I'm like spending time with him and I'm giving him ear scritches and whatever, and I'm just kind of but I am looking at and like the thoughts that are running through my head, like, is TOMVALL from like an Empire approved or what tribe is fucking ISMERLDA from? Like, are they greenlit or are they kind of rogue like the Jade Saps? Like, because now I'm like, the people I could be in serious trouble just for associating with these people. Not to mention like the secrets that I'm keeping and shit like that, right? Like, fuck, they saw me and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm super good at secrets. You're fine.
Maybe I am just like, maybe I am processing that eternally.
Okay.
So we can keep going.
Yeah, and I also think too, you're like trying to keep your guts in your stomach.
Yeah. Well, thankfully the healing magic has kind of like stitched up the hole in my abdomen and things.
I will say for a moment, in the interest of secrets, Devin, just for a brief moment, you feel like a tiny little hand tug on your wrist. And you just hear a little voice go, "Hey, big guy. Not yet, right? We talked about this."
And that fills me with rage. like, I know exactly who that is. I've maybe interacted with her 5 times in the last decade since all the shit that happened to me.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of the Divines in general. So that happens, and I just kind of... And in my head, I'm like... You know, I think I start thinking and be like, okay, great. I'll have to deal with her now, probably tonight. And anyway, she's the last person I wanted to hear from right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Are you in discomfort? I can further heal you. You look like you're quite uncomfortable.
No, I think that means he's happy when he makes that sound.
TOMVALL, you've done more than enough. I appreciate the help that all of you... I hoped to draw the boars away. It didn't quite go well, and I'm glad that you were all here to save my life.
All right, good. I can heal you without a slap on the ass. I mean, that's just like a flavor thing.
I'm okay. We shouldn't keep the Jade Saps waiting longer than we already have, so thank you.
Quite, follow me. I know exactly where we're going.
And as you continue down the trail,
Oh no.
You hear a voice call out from one of the trees beside the road, and the voice just goes, stop? Yeah. Stop. I want your money.
Oh,
Do you?
fuck off. No, we're not doing that.
And wait, but
No!
Wait, though. Okay, wait, but okay, counter proposal. Can I travel with you? And then a man like kind of like sidles out from behind a tree, and he's wearing like a tattered brown cloak, and he's got sort of like scraggly blonde hair, and his hands are up.
Are you gonna try to take our money if you do?
No.
Insight check.
I would also, I'll let you guys do it. Guidance.
Okay.
I got a 22.
22?
I got a
16. This man has no idea what his intentions are. He seems pretty upset and a little bit desperate. You get the idea, given that he rolled a 2, that he just kind of blurted out, "Give me your money," because he was just like, people rob people on the forest road, I guess. Yeah. He doesn't seem any immediate threat. You don't see any weapons on him. He's
human man, middle-aged, young, older.
I'd say like early 20s.
How far away is he from us?
Is he our
15,
quarry?
20 feet.
Okay, Amaryllis is gonna lean into everybody and be like, okay, so magic is definitely not cool.
No. I'm going to offer him a cinnamon roll.
Okay. No magic.
I'm gonna kind of put a hand on TOMVALL's chest before he can get closer.
Everyone loves cinnamon
What's your
rolls.
name, son?
My name?
Yeah.
My name's Gaugen.
What are you
Gowgin.
doing out here,
I got lost.
Gaugen?
Gaugen,
Uh-huh.
give me a minute.
Okay. And he like walks up, and he's still got his hands out, and like he like comes into like conversational range with you, but he's still got his hands kind of like this.
Great. Beth is gonna look him deep, like right through to his soul, and be like, Gaugen, we have had a day, and I don't think any of us are here for any fuckery. So, I'm sure you can appreciate I and we need to know what your deal is. And with that, I'm going to hit him with detect thoughts. I'm going to push right through to second level, like a second tier detect thoughts, like push all the way in so that he knows I'm doing it.
Great.
Which is a wisdom
Beth
save.
doing that subtly?
Nope.
Okay, so as soon as like the
Hey.
verbal, somatic, whatever components of this start happening, Hawthorne instinctually just starts like looking around for cops. You know what I mean? Like before weed was legalized and you were like in a park smoking a joint with your buddies. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
immediately
Amaryllis
start-
just kind of like leans over to ISMERLDA, and she's like, "They just said it was illegal."
Okay. So what is that? Is that a wisdom save?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save for him.
'Kay.
To get to the second tier of
Okay.
the question I've asked.
So surface thoughts are just, I'm lost, I'm scared, these people could help me, they have weapons, I might be safe with them. And you get rebuffed.
As in he succeeds in his wisdom save,
Correct.
as far as I can ascertain. Okay.
Yep. And then he kind of like looks at you for a second, knowing that you've been in there rooting around, but he doesn't seem to do anything about it. There's just like a sort of tacit acknowledgement.
So now I assume
No witnesses. He knows.
Gaugen,
now.
Gaugen.
Yeah.
Now I can assume you have a bit of a sense of who we are.
Yeah.
And maybe what we're carrying with us.
Listen, I don't give a shit about any of your traumas or your backstories or whatever. I just need to get back to my people. Okay?
Who are your people?
I come from a community, and
Are
we
you
were
with the
traveling through the woods. No.
Oh.
I do not come from the Jade Saps. And I mean, they seem like lovely people. I need to get back because we're having a celebration, and they're gonna miss me if I'm not there, and they're gonna worry. And so I would really appreciate it if you guys could take me back there.
We're actually on our way somewhere right now. If you wanted to hide up in one of these trees for like a couple hours, because we were told we could come see the Jade Saps, but we weren't told you could come, and I feel like it's a bad idea to bring somebody uninvited.
Oh, yeah, maybe. So you want me to like stay up here and then we can meet up?
Yeah, just wait in the tree. I promise we'll come back.
Give me a deception check.
I'm not doing deception.
Okay, persuasion then, fine.
Could I offer to
fully
assist
expect
by
somebody-
offering him a cinnamon roll?
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
give us some food.
Yeah, do it at advantage.
Okay, persuasion.
Yeah.
With advantage.
I made them myself.
17 both times?
17 and then a 14.
Okay,
So 17.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, okay. I mean, I don't want any trouble. They have a lot of like arrows and shit that like I'm kind of keen to like keep on the outside of me. So, cool. I will stay in this tree, and he points behind him, with a cinnamon roll. And then you guys go talk to the Jade Saps, and then you're gonna come back, and then you're gonna protect me from the who's-its and the what's-its in the forest. Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just
Where,
don't get
where-
yourself killed before then.
Right.
where are you going? Like, where are you getting married? Your name isn't Reggie, is it?
Oh,
I was thinking
no,
the same
This
thing.
isn't Reggie, guys. This guy's way prettier than Reggie.
Thank you.
What the actual fuck?
That is.
That's nice.
that's
Yeah, no, listen, I need to figure out where they've gone. They didn't tell me where they were going. And so if I can hang out with you until I kind of find some trace, they said they'd leave signs.
So
What
you're
kinda
on your way to attend a celebration, but you don't know where the celebration is taking place.
and they didn't tell you where it was.
No, the whole idea is that it's kind of a secret until the celebration. Like the
Okay.
elders know, and then we go there, and then we learn, and then we become people who know, and then we tell other people. It's like a whole thing.
Kind of
Gavin,
sounds like you shouldn't have help.
Yeah. Have you entertained that you might be a human sacrifice?
Oh yeah.
Sounds suspiciously like how that goes.
We're
You've
not
already
sort
been
of-
sacrificed.
It does sound a bit culty, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't feel that way if you knew the people that I was in the family with. But
This sounds
Like
more and more
Crash
like
Allen right
Yeah.
there, like.
red flag.
okay.
Okay, what is your group of people called?
It's not like there's not so much of a name, so much as it is like a collective like vibe.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's like I don't
What's
know.
the feeling?
Yeah, we're the feeling. Sure, call us that. That's cool.
okay. Okay. Is it
I'm
like
not
a
feeling
thing
this.
where you have to show up with somebody and then get them to join and then you get like
No.
Benefits
They're
A
not-
discount
they're
on
not, like,
leggings.
we're
for
not
yourself?
recruiting.
Yeah.
We are not recruiting. I'm
Okay.
sure that you would be
Kind
paid
of
very well upon
multi-level-
delivery of me, because like I'm like kind of a big deal. But like, they don't want you to join. Like my understanding is that cults want people to join. This isn't like that. We don't want people to join.
it's like
All
a
right,
secret
I have
society.
a thought. ISMERLDA, the tree thing. I'm kind of with you, but I think maybe we bring him to the edge of Jade Sap territory. Radar can keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah.
We'll go, and then along the way, Gaugen can look for potential signs of where his fellow members of the feeling have gone.
And if you
Cool.
fucking hurt that dog, they will never find your remains.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
a good
like
boy.
You, so just like watch out for
Okay,
that.
I don't have any animosity towards animals.
You've been warned.
Well, Radar has no animosity towards you. This is Radar, by the way. Radar, say hello, and Radar will go like sniff him, and I'll be watching Radar to see if Radar gets any kind of like. If Radar treats him just like a normal humanoid, then I'm chill
seems
with
to.
it. But if Radar feels like something is
Yeah,
off,
he doesn't react to it as though he's an undead or a construct or anything.
yeah.
Hey, Radar, heads up. That guy might be a piece of shit, so just keep an eye out.
Listen, man, we all might be pieces of shit. I don't know.
Did we just adopt Morty?
I've
This is
lost
one of his
my
Rick adventures
grandfather.
gone wrong. Yeah.
He vomits when he speaks.
Hey man, we might all be pieces of shit, man. I don't know, man.
And so you head off towards Jade Sap territory with a new friend, confidant,
Peppering
ward
him with questions along
ward
the way.
in tow.
Oh, Ben, that's cute.
Yeah. And
That you
we
think
will catch up with this family who's getting to know more about each other every day. Next time on Not Any Before. I want to thank you all so much for sticking through with us. And guess what, guys? My computer did not crash.
Woo!
Yay!
We got
did it.
through it. We got through a full stream.
We'll hope to be back with you in a few weeks. But sit tight. We love you so much. Have a happy holiday if we don't see you before then. We're hoping to, but we'll see. But if not, we'll see you in January if nothing else. So keep it locked. We'll see you next time for episode 3. Have a good one.
Why does that keep happening?